Let's do this again, shall we? After 4 fantastic games a day ago here on the largest and finest high school field house in the world, we'll do it again for the boys edition of the Henry Community Health Hall of Fame Classic on the ISC Sports Network. It is Fishers, the defending state champs, and unbeaten at 7-0 against a fellow unbeaten and fellow set of Tigers as well. This is Warsaw, who is coached by the former Fishers head coach in Matt Moore. Alongside Hall of Famer Dave Nicholson, my name is Greg Rakestraw. Thanks for joining us on the ISC Sports Network. And Dave, everybody that has seen this Fishers team is almost jaw-dropping in saying they were the state champs last year. They appear to be a better team the next season.
I've had 2 people say that to me this morning already, and from all the results, you can't argue with that. They've got everything. They've got extreme depth, I think, and they seem not to care who does the scoring. You know, you take Zachary, for example. He loves to make assists and get the ball to the right people at the right time. They've got rebounding, they've got camaraderie, and they got tradition. And being the defending state champion certainly should give them confidence.
Warsaw, again, they had a great run in football, made the 5A championship game. Matt Moore is a fantastic coach. What does Warsaw got to do to keep this one competitive here in the morning game?
Well, they got to, I don't think they're as deep as Fishers, so they've got to keep the key people out of foul trouble, particularly in Bricker and Martin. Those are the 2 big-time scorers, so that you've got to protect them.
I'm going to let you go do your Hall of Fame board duties. We'll get your keys coming up in a matter of moments, but while Dave is getting ready to join the pregame festivities, let me thank the following sponsors that make our broadcast possible today. That would be the Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know. By Galitko and Daly, Work Injury Lawyers. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com and IndyMalpractice.com. By the Indy Card Exchange. Look on the IndyCardExchange.com to see how you can make money off of your collection. And by Visit Henry County. Take your shot in Henry County, Indiana. Visit hoopsinhenry.com for trip planning ideas. We'll have pregame pomp and circumstance as well. We'll have the performance of our national anthem. We'll have team plaques that are representing the teams and officials that get to play in this first session. And right now, let's turn it over to Chad Nickham, our public address voice for this Hall of Fame Classic.
The largest and finest high school field house in the world for the 2024 Henry Community Health Hall of Fame Classic. And today's first game featuring the Warsaw Tigers and the Fishers Tigers. And now at this time, if you would please rise and remove your hats as we pay honor to America with the singing of our national anthem, performed this morning by Connorsville's very own Stan Howard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That is East Central Indiana's most popular retired mail carrier, Stan Howard, that you may know his son Matt from his days of playing at Butler University and leading the Bulldogs to back-to-back national championship game appearances. Again, the officials for today's game, I want to make sure we recognize them. Kevin Milep, Kiente Bryson, and Rick Frank, all getting their plaques presented to them by Dave Nicholson, Jerry Pearson, Jeff Hanning. all part of the Hall of Fame Board of Directors or Associate Board of Directors. Much like this is an invite-only game for these teams, same for the officials. It's quite the honor to be represented here at this Hall of Fame Classic. And as you can see from around the bowl, we have a very good crowd on hand. That will only grow as both Jeffersonville and Greenfield Central will be in our next game that will start sometime in the vicinity of about 12:45 or 1 o'clock today. Before we turn it back over to Chad for the presentation of both the lineups as well as the reserves for today's game, we'll tell you this, our starting lineups are brought to us by our friends at Virtual Announcer. Mic'd Up and Virtual Announcer bring you the complete game day audio experience. Mic'd Up now delivers Game 7 to your entire athletic department with our virtual announcer and DJ Mic'd Game Day Radio, screened to ensure a family-friendly and electric atmosphere. Mic'd Up will change the way you hear the game, feel the game, and experience the atmosphere. Contact Jake Henson for your demo today at 317-649-3721. Matt Moore getting his plaque. The head coach at Warsaw, again formerly at Fishers, Kokomo, and Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Garrett Weiner getting his, of course. Rochester native, led Fishers to last year's state championship. Now let's turn it back over to Chad Nickum to introduce our rosters for today's first game.
Next on the scoreboard, the Warsaw Tigers. Today, the roster includes number 1, Sam Lara. Number 3, Tristan Wilson. Number 5, Drew Sullivan. Number 11, Sam McDaniels. Number 20, Parker Justice. Number 21, Drew Jones. Number 33, Jason Courtois. And number 34, Reed Nelson. Starting lineup now for Warsaw. Starting today at forward, a 6'4" senior, wearing number 2, Luke Bricker. At forward, a 6'3" senior, wearing number 10, Robbie Finlinson. At guard, a 6' junior, wearing number 22, Myden Berger. At forward, a 6'4" senior, wearing number 23, Brett Martin. And starting at guard, a 6' senior, wearing number 24, Carson Gould. The head coach for Warsaw in his 5th season, Matt Moore. And now, let's meet the home team on the scoreboard, the Fishers Tigers. Today, the roster includes number 2, Tommy Williams. Number 12, Justin Kirby. Number 15, Levi Walker. Number 21, Torrey Breland. Number 24, Ethan LeBoy. Number 30, Logan Sickler. Number 32, Jean-Claude Lum. And number 34, Jalen Campbell. Starting lineup now for Fishers. At guard, a 6'3" senior, wearing number 3, Miller McCartney. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore, wearing number 4, Cooper Zachary. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore, wearing number 5, Jason Gardner Jr. At forward, a 6'7" senior, wearing number 42, Nathan Baker. And at guard, a 6'2" senior, wearing number 22, John Anthony Hall. The head coach of the Tigers in his 5th season, Garrett Weininger.
Great job as always by Chad Nickum. So one tweak to the lineup for Fishers. They're going to bring Justin Kirby off the bench. Justin missed the game against Shortridge 7 days ago. He's going to play at Miami of Ohio next year. You will see him, but again, when you have the depth that Fishers does, you have to take chances. The guys off the bench are pretty good. So John Anthony Hall will jump at center for Fishers. Luke Brickert will have the honors for the Tigers. Baker tracks it down. Baker going to play at Taylor University next year. Starting 5, who is just as likely to pop out and shoot a three. And you see a little half-court zone here by Warsaw.
A 1-2-2 zone.
And Fisher's an outstanding three-point shooting team. North of 50%, 10 threes made per game, and on cue, Millen McCartney, who is a 48% three-point shooter, connects to the baseline corner.
And Fisher shoots a high volume of threes. They take 20 attempts average per game.
Leidenberger had the ball in the front court. This is Carson Gould. Gould up and underscored it. 4 of the 5 starters seniors for Warsaw. Gould, usually not the guy that's going to be the finisher. He'll be the creator. 7 assists a game for Gould. Warsaw 63 points a game, giving up 49. Last beat Carroll of Fort Wayne last weekend. And they got a late start to the season because of the success of their football team. They did not open their year until December the 3rd. Gardner creates to Zachary. He'll take the 15-footer and gets the friendly roll. Zachary 11 points, 2 boards, and 4 assists a game for the sophomore who started as a freshman last year. Jason Gardner was one of the first players off the bench on last year's team.
Fisher's primary defense, man-to-man, all over, try to play him tight.
Isolated off the Winlow. Finlinson got it to go. Finlinson, a 6'3 senior, 11 points and 2 rebounds a game, and a 40% three-point shooter. Hall drive and dish to McCartney. Hall will play football at Stanford next year. A 3-sport star at Fishers. A state-level track and field qualifier as well. Baker going to work. Well defended by Warsaw. And their fans appreciate the effort behind us. Hall's second leading scorer last year. Just tied for 5th this year. It shows you the growth of the players around him.
Should be able to get a little high-low action out of that.
Or just knock a 25-footer down. That works too. As Zachary makes a second 3 for Fishers. So far, 5 shots taken, 5 shots made. Can we go 6 for 6? Why not? 3-pointer by Finlinson, again a 50% three-point shooter. I think you can see why these teams are playing in the Hall of Fame Classic, Coach.
I tell you, both teams can really fill it up from the outside, but watch the baseline. They're trying to slide Baker, if not him, then they slide Gardner all the way along the baseline.
And again, Baker's a good 3-point shooter. Got fouled, blocking foul by Brant Martin. His first foul and team foul number 1 as well. And to your point, Warsaw 40% from 3-point range, and they make just under 7 threes a game.
And they also pretty high volume. They average 16 threes taken in every ball game.
Baker had an open 15-footer, did not take it. 3 missed by McCartney. Somebody had to miss one at some point in time, and finally it goes away. Now a pull-up 3. Gardner on the closeout. Maybe altered the shot. Good rebound by Zachary.
Got numbers.
Zachary calls his own number. Missed that one. Baker the rebound, and Baker the offensive foul.
Ooh. That might have been a hairline. There was some contact. I don't know if you got a replay or not, but watch the contact. It didn't seem to be a lot. I didn't think he lowered his shoulder. He tried to pivot, but it's a referee's decision.
1-2-2 here by Fishers.
Got to look down court.
It's a Warsaw team that takes good care of the basketball. Average 10.5 points a game. 10.5 turnovers a game, I should say. Berger. Got his man up in the air and scores it. Berger, 7 points a contest. He is the only underclassman in the starting 5 for Coach Moore's squad. Warsaw seesaws in front. Already Kirby will check in. Next stoppage in play for Fishers. He is their second leading scorer.
Excellent ball movement by the Fishers Tigers.
Hall on the drive, met at the apex. Blocked by Bricker. So 3 straight trips on a bucket now for Fishers. Warsaw successful 4 of 5 times down the floor. First turnover for either team. Gardner is fouled by Bricker. His first foul and team foul number 2. That'll allow Kirby to check in for Fishers.
Hall for Fishers, outstanding athlete, a football player, of course, outstanding. Just today it was announced in the paper he was the Hamilton County Football Player of the Year.
Sullivan will check in, speaking of football players, for Warsaw. His playing time has been limited since the football season. This is the 4th game he has played. Gardner, the scoop and score. Jason Gardner, averaging 17 points a game, gets his first field goal. Finlayson stripped by Zachary.
Nice
Back-to-back Warsaw turnovers. But get it right back. Steal by Karsten Gould. Finlayson will pull for 3. Got it. His 3rd basket, 2nd 3. Warsaw going a little deeper into their bench in today's game. Kirby turns down the baseline 3. Draws contact. That's a 2nd foul on Bricker. That's big on Warsaw. So 2 free throws coming up here. Taken by Kirby.
Yeah, Bricker, of course, the leading scorer for Warsaw. They can ill afford to have him set out. That's the thing when you're as deep as Fishers. Not only if your guys get a little bit tired today, you can rotate in, but playing the first game of 2 and 2 today, they're going to be fresher, and having the depth, they're going to have fresher players all afternoon and all night.
Sam Lara checks in for Warsaw. Let's thank our friends from Hoops in Henry County. Take your shot in Henry County. Basketball destinations and so much more. Visit hoopsinhenry.com for trip planning ideas. Kirby misses them both. This is 7-9 free throw shooter on the season coming in. Lara, leading scorer off the bench, 4 points and 3 rebounds a game for the 6-foot sophomore.
Good down screen, step back.
Grant Martin, who is a 63% field goal shooter, and Warsaw with a 5-point lead. This is a Fishers team that has won every game by 15 or more points. Warsaw up for the challenge so far. Cole Sigler just checked in, which is why he didn't pull the trigger from 15.
That's the thing about both of these ball clubs. They move the basketball.
Hall tried to tip it to a teammate, couldn't find it. Fisher's a little bit timid on that possession. Warsaw has shown no such problem. They have been all attack so far. Defender in the air. 2 free throws coming up for Brant Martin.
Excellent ball fake, shot fake to get the defender up off balance and draw the foul. Martin's a good free throw shooter, 77% on the season. The entire team shoots 76, as does Fishers. You look at everything when you're labeling what is a good basketball team. These teams check the boxes. Where's free throw shooting? Where's few turnovers? Whatever.
Warsaw into the weekend with both their boys and girls teams unbeaten on the year. To say it's been a great athletic season for the Tigers would be a massive understatement. Martin makes 1 of 2. A 6-point lead as Fisher's team has not spent much time trailing this year. Zachary, 3, got it. And Zachary carrying the freight so far. 8 points, 2 threes, 2 of 3 that are made by Fishers to this juncture. Fishers trying to turn up the half-court defensive intensity. They have forced a couple of turnovers, and Hall nearly forced another. On the recovery, got it. Martin, tough bucket. Martin with 6. Finlayson's 8, leading Warsaw. Fishers averaging, allowing just 50 points a game. Warsaw on track for much more than that. Steps called on John Anthony Hall. McCartney in. Jason Gardner Jr. will have a seat. Of course, his dad, former Indiana Mr. Basketball, former North Central and IUP UI coach, and these days on the staff at the University of Arizona. Full court man pick up here by Fishers.
No problem in bringing it up.
That's going to be Kirby on a push, yep. Almost kind of walled Lara into the backcourt where you had to make that call if you're Rick Frank. 3rd team foul against the Tigers. Berger now will check back in for Warsaw. Finlayson gets a breather. Tigers have played 7 so far. Up and under and 5-hole. Right idea. Gould asking was the pass tipped, and it may have been. It still went through the hands and then legs of Sullivan.
Yeah. Gould thought it was tipped. Neither official saw it. I'm not sure.
I think it was frankly tipped, and then his teammate touched it. I think he was right, but then his teammate was the last to touch it.
Now here's about the third defense that Warsaw has used. That time it was a 1-3-1 alignment. They've been man-to-man, and they started out in a 3-2.
Deep three taken by Zachary. No ball movement on that trip. He had a heat check. Finlinson will check back in.
If your teams are used to doing that, switching defenses, it's a good idea. Maybe 1 or 2 possessions, the other team has to adjust to it, and they find that an unexpected.
Home run ball thrown over John Anthony Hall. Martin juggled, finds Lara, missed it.
Martin did a heck of a job saving that from going out of bounds.
Usually it's Hall that is catching those passes. Kirby going to be called for using the off arm, which will be his second foul. Defender was moving, but when you extend that arm, you make that an easier call for the referee.
And both of Justin's fouls have been the same call, pushing off.
So Kirby and Sigler have a seat, as does Hall. Baker returns. Tommy Williams in for the first time. Fishers again will play likely about 8, and you have now seen them here in the opening quarter. Warsaw very impressive to start this game with a 5-point lead. Warsaw number 6 in the AP poll, number 7 in the coaches poll. On the drive and dish. Good hands by Williams. Tigers now of Warsaw going to try to look for a final shot of the quarter. Or not. Finlinson took the layup and missed it. 2 players down for Warsaw. Zachary somehow found McCartney. Gardner obliges and scores. 4 made threes by Fishers, but it's Warsaw, the set of Tigers, that will take the lead to quarter number 2. Warsaw 18, Fishers 16. We're back in a moment to watch the Hall of Fame Classic on the ISC Sports Network.
Basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
the home of Hoosiers,
where legends live.
Basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
a giant field house
and basketball courts in every park.
Basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
family
and friends
and team
and fans.
Basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
memories
and history
and future
and hope.
Basketball
lives
here.
Basketball lives here in Henry County, Indiana.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Greg Rakestraw, Dave Nicholson with you on the ISC Sports Network. Thanks to Jordan Shue, Aaron Van Wolde, their work behind the scenes today. Making sure our signal gets to you on this Saturday. Very impressive start for Warsaw.
Both ball clubs come out better than perhaps. You know, it's a strange time of day to be playing basketball when you start at 11 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes that bothers a team, and sometimes it's a slow start when you're playing the Hall of Fame Classic. Neither's true in these two teams. They just come out ready to play, and both teams are attacking, and very impressive by Warsaw.
On the turn in the lane, score it. That's Brant Martin. He's got 8. He averages 15.5 a game. Bricker at 16. Martin at 15. Finlinson 11. Martin and Finlinson have 16 of the 20 so far for Warsaw. Flare to Zachary. 4 guards, 1 post. The alignment and a turnover for Gardner. 4th Fishers giveaway. 3 in the corner by Finlinson. Got it. Finlinson with 11. 4th made 3 for Warsaw.
Finlinson shoots at 40%, but he's doing better than that today. That's behind the 3 line. He has already made 3 of them.
the high-low, great read. Steal by Bricker.
Great reaction by Bricker.
Number 1 team in the state in girls basketball knocked off in the evening game last night. Warsaw trying to do the same in the boys event. Berger, the rebound around Zachary, and score it. Everything going right for Warsaw. They lead by 9.
Normally you would think if you've got 3 defenders on you, Gould might have held up on that, but no, he just attacked the rim and got a basket.
Foul against Berger. First foul against either team here in quarter number 2. John Anthony Hall and Justin Kirby will check back in. Gardner will have a seat and Williams to the sidelines. Fourth time that Warsaw has played in the Hall of Fame Classic. They were the winners of this event 30 years ago. Oop, Hall, hello.
John Anthony Hall was calling for that. He gave the signal along the base. Excellent pass.
On the drive, ball knocked away, taken away. Fourth Warsaw turnover. Transition opportunities have been few for Fisher so far. Kirby left alone, and again the big can fire, as evidenced. Made 6 of his first 8 threes this season, and he is the 4th different Fishers player to connect from distance so far. On the backdoor cut, Finlinson broke off the route. Back-to-back giveaways by the visitors in black and orange. This Warsaw team off to their best start in 9 years. That Warsaw team won 20 and played in the semi-state.
Had an outstanding tradition there at Warsaw, goes way back.
Of course, 84 single-class state champs. Runners up to North Central in 2010 and 4A. Baker, left hand. Great hands by Bricker just to get a piece of it, but Kirby around the rim, picks up the loose change, and draws the foul for his effort and make it now 7 in a row by Fishers. Now goes against Carson Gould. So Kirby, he missed his earlier 2 free throws. Misses again. Fishers as a team, 68% from the free throw line this season.
Kirby normally a good free thrower at 77%.
And that's going to be an offensive foul. Gould picks up his second foul. So Bricker 2 and Gould 2 here for Warsaw. With that, Laura will check back in. So Gould steps out. Bricker does play with 2. And depending if Warsaw, and we've seen them play man and zone. If they play zone, you can hide some kids with 2 fouls that way. Chance to tie or take the lead, this time down for Fishers. Drive and kick. Kirby 3 in the wing, no. Baker, good rebound. Block-to-block pass. Anthony Hall glazes it up and in. John Anthony's got 4. 9 in a row for Fishers, and we're tied. In the lane, good turn, just left it short. Back for the loose ball, Fishers tracks it down.
Move people and move the ball. Fisher's doing that very well. They can get that ball to the high-low post.
McCartney for 3. That is what that young man does. He'll just go from corner to corner. 12 in a row for the Tigers. They have made 6 threes, and a timeout taken by Matt Moore and Warsaw. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. This 30-second timeout presented by Galitko and Daly. Turn to experienced lawyers for help at Galitko and Daly PC. Our passionate goal is to bring the power of the law to meet the needs of the injured and those that have suffered medical harm. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com and IndyMalpractice.com. And Dave, all of a sudden, what has changed in favor of Fishers?
They have picked up the pace, but they have had excellent ball movement against the zones. They move it from left side to right side, and they're always running one cutter high, one cutter low. They can capitalize on that by getting the high-low going as well, because they have 5 players that can play on the perimeter, so they can all cut through the middle. They can cut the baseline. Gardner has been down there a lot, running along the baseline, and they can throw the lob as well. Warsaw just got to keep closing out and close out on them, they're pretty good drivers. So choose your poison on the defensive end if you're Warsaw.
Man-to-man here by Fishers. Finlinson simply lost the handle. And Bricker tied up by McCartney with the arrow pointing in the direction. That'll go down as a turnover. 6th Warsaw giveaway. Fishers opened the season with a running clock victory against a Ben Davis team, albeit one without Mark Zachary, who is still yet to play for the season. Beat Noblesville, who they beat in the sectional final by 2 last year. Beat Noblesville by 34 in their 3rd game of the season. Beat Addicts by 15, played in front of 6,000 at the all-new Fishers Event Center last Friday, beating rival Hamilton Southeastern in the Mudsock game, 65-49.
Fishers has not showed any part of their game as a weakness.
No.
They've got ball handling. They secure the ball. They only turn it over about 11.5 points a game, or 11.5 times a game. So everything they do is done pretty well.
Zachary left alone, rotates back, fires 3 and misses. Bricker inside position. Gould playing with 2 fouls. Finlinson from the baseline, score it. Finlinson, his 4th made 3. He's got 14, and that snaps a 12-0 spurt by Fishers. Hall scoop, missed it.
The threes that Warsaw's been hitting have not been cheap.
Right.
They've been 3 feet, 4 feet behind the line at times. They're very comfortable back there.
Berger turns downhill, and Hall alters that one, and now Fishers has numbers. It's 5-on-4. Berger hustling back in the play. Almost picked that pass off. McCartney, no. These two teams have shot it so well, you're surprised when somebody misses. Basket cut by Bricker. Well, he didn't make the catch cleanly, at least able to get it back, then miss the shot.
The current pace of this game, I think, favors Fishers because they put it up 77 points a game to only 62.7 for Warsaw. Fishers doesn't hesitate. They move the ball, they share the ball, they don't force shots, but they move the ball on people so quickly they get open looks.
Gardner, pretty move. Jason with 7, and Zachary's 8 leads the way for the Tigers. What Fishers claims, and they're spot on. It can be any guy on any given night for this group. 3 for the lead for Warsaw, pure. Martin hits the 3. That is his 2nd 3. He's got 11. And Warsaw back in front by a point. Hall, a solid 3-point shooter, not a frequent 3-point shooter. Baker with the assist from Gardner.
A little bit of a shot fake froze the defender. Baker does a nice job down inside. He has really good footwork.
This Warsaw team will head back this direction next weekend. They are playing in the 16-team Bob Weddig Invitational at the newly revamped Tiernan Center, just about 30 miles east of here in Richmond. Berger, bobble, dive. Who touched it last? Berger did. Out of bounds to Fishers.
Great effort there by Berger, giving up his body, trying to save it. Came down on the line.
Kirby back in. Lara and Sullivan return. And Sullivan helped lead Warsaw to that football state championship appearance. They're the runners up to Decatur Central in 5A. Just their 2nd trip past the sectional round in the program's football history. And Sullivan had not seen much in the way of minutes until this game. Warsaw last weekend beat Wawasee and Carroll. Wawasee was the opener in league play for Warsaw. Kirby finds Gardner, finds another basket. Gardner's got 9.
Gardner's a 6'1" guard, but he can go down inside. He has great strength. He's only a sophomore.
Kirby has picked up his 3rd foul. So his return will be brief. Zachary will come back right back in for him. Yeah, Gardner's the level of player in the age. You name the major program, they're interested in him at this point. So Kirby done for the half with that 3rd foul.
We talked about the depth of Fishers, so they don't slow down much.
No.
interchangeable.
Foul away from the ball. A hold. Sullivan on a screen. Called for the foul. 8th Warsaw turnover. Jeffersonville and Greenfield Central game number 2. That will follow this one.
Great field of teams, Greg. You know, the committee picks these teams last February. So it's somewhat of a guessing game, but they have hit a home run today.
Gardner a miss. Of course, there was one change in the field. Jeffersonville replaced Heritage Hills. That decision was made over the summer. Sullivan. Ball was tipped. Good find by Finlayson. His turnaround jump shot too strong, and Hall uses those hands that'll play in the ACC next year for football. It's passed a little bit errant. 6th Fisher's giveaway. Warsaw gonna hold for 1. You hear the voice of Matt Moore calling it out right in front of us. Chance to tie it, going to halftime against the defending state champs and number 1 team in the state. Gould. Up, under, left hand, got a good look, missed it. Sullivan stripped. Out of bounds, it will remain Warsaw ball. 0.3, so it has to be a tip. Can't be a catch and shoot.
Not time for the catch and shoot.
Sigler will come back in. Brickard the same. Both teams get a little taller here in the low block.
You would think they might like to get it to Martin down inside. As you said, they can't catch it. It's just...
Brickard got it.
Got it.
Don't count it.
Yep.
Got it off his hands in time. Give the bucket to Warsaw. Now the 3 officials will talk just to make sure. Yep, good basket. Count the bucket for Warsaw. They'll get the deficit down to 1 going to the halftime break. Our score, take a look here on the clock. Fisher's 34, Warsaw 33. Left his hand in time.
Plenty of time.
Back for our halftime show next. You're watching on ISC.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
Basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
The home of Hoosiers.
Where legends live.
basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
a giant field house
and basketball courts in every park.
basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
Family.
and friends.
And team.
And fans.
basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
Memories.
And history.
And future.
And hope.
Basketball
Lives.
Here.
Basketball lives here in Henry County, Indiana.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
Halftime, the donut hole eating contest taking place here. Pretty good basketball contest. The first 60 minutes of it sees Fisher's 34, Warsaw 33. Again, Fisher's closest margin of victory this year, a 15-point win against Attucks 2 weeks ago at Southport. Warsaw respected but not intimidated by what Fishers has done so far. Just the job that your thoughts, Dave, that Warsaw has done to be in this game at halftime.
It made threes. You know, you look at Pennington, he has 4 threes. Martin's knocked in a couple of threes. Down at the other side, Fishers has answered with 6 threes. So we talked about the fine outside shooting that both ball clubs have, and they're living up to that standard. No one's in serious foul trouble. Kirby does have 3 for Fishers. No one else has a problem there. They're getting balanced scoring. They're kind of playing like it might be the number 1 and number 7 team in the state. They're playing very well on the defensive end. They're sharing the basketball. I don't think I've seen a forced shot in the whole 16 minutes.
Now, Gardner with 9 pacing Fishers, 8 for Cooper Zachary, 6 for McCartney, both from three-point range. Nathan Baker, 5, Jonathan Hall, 4. Justin Kirby, just 2. Did miss 3 free throws. Logan Sigler, Tommy Williams both played but did not score. For Warsaw, Robbie Finlinson leads the way with 14, 11 for Brant Martin, 4 for Meidenberger, 2 for Carson Gould, 2 for Luke Bricker. Drew Sullivan, Sam Lara both played but did not score. All points from the starting 5 for Warsaw in half number 1. We'll take this quick timeout. We'll have our first half highlights, and then we'll also have a preview of game number 2 between Jeffersonville and Greenfield Central. More of our halftime show comes your way next. It's the Henry Community Health Hall of Fame Classic right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
The home of Hoosiers.
Where legends live.
basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
a giant field house.
And basketball courts in every park.
basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
Family.
And friends.
And team.
And fans.
basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
Memories.
And history.
And future.
And hope.
Basketball
Lives.
Here.
Basketball lives here in Henry County, Indiana.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Today's game from Newcastle, presented in part by the Ed Martin Automotive Group. When it comes to your next vehicle, Ed Martin is the only name you need to know, and Ed Martin is always proud to support the Fishers Tigers. As the first half highlights roll by, let's bring you the team numbers from the first half. Warsaw, 13 of 22 from the floor, 6 of 8 from three-point range, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Fishers was 14 of 25 from the floor, 6 of 12 from three-point range, and 0 of 3 from the line. There weren't that many rebounds to be had. 12-11 in favor of Warsaw, 3-2 by Fishers on the offensive glass. 8 assists on 13 field goals for Warsaw, 10 assists on 14 field goals for Fishers. 2 more turnovers by Warsaw compared to the Tigers, and Dave touched on this. Only player in foul trouble really is Justin Kirby for Fishers. He has 3. Luke Bricker and Carson Gould each have 2 for Warsaw. Those are fantastic offensive numbers in the first half, Dave, at any level of the sport.
Well, when you shoot 59% from the two-point line and 75% from the 3 line, Warsaw's not giving up many offensive rebounds opportunity. Same at the other end for Fishers. They're 56 from the 2 line, 50% from the 3 line, and that's not unusual. We mentioned before the game they're excellent three-point shooters. The only point that maybe they're a little higher than normal, Fishers has turned it over 7 times. They usually don't turn it over 14 a game, so that's a little bit high there. 9 turnovers for Warsaw.
If you're either coach, what, if anything, are you changing in half number 2?
I'm not sure that you do too much tweaking. You look up, it's 33-34. Both teams are playing very well, I think, defensively, and they're certainly shooting the ball well. I'm not sure I would give anything. If I were Fishers, I might, if Warsaw comes with that zone, I might slide someone at the high post, go high-low a little more. There seems to be a big hole in the middle of the zone defenses.
To that point, again, Warsaw is already back out here, so the halftime speech by Matt Moore was not a long one. Well, we hope that game 2 resembles this one. We think it might be. Dave, quick thoughts on Jeffersonville and Greenfield Central coming up following this one.
Well, there's a good chance that the star player for Jeffersonville is going to play this afternoon. We talked about the fact that Jeffersonville had lost 3 games, but you have to put an asterisk on that because without their big center, that's a big hole to fill. So that's going to be interesting how he starts the first game of the year that he's played. On Greenfield, everybody's wanting to see Mullins play, and they're going to see him play. I don't know of any defense that you could design to shut him down. You might slow him down, but you're not going to shut him down. He's a great three-point shooter. He can go off the dribble. He can go down inside. If you're Jeffersonville, do you play him as tight as you can and let him get his points and not let anybody else score as much, or do you double up on him? I can't see them going like a triangle and 2. I'm sure that he's seen every defense there is in the rule in the book. So it's going to be an interesting matchup with Jeffersonville and Greenfield.
Again, that game follows this one. We'll take a quick timeout. Third quarter action comes your way next. Fishers leads at 34-33. It's the Hall of Fame Classic on ISC.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
I want to thank our friends at the Indy Card Exchange, their support of our games all season long on the ISC Sports Network. For more than 30 years, the Indy Card Exchange has been your trusted source for buying and selling trading cards of all kinds. They're refining the game of professional grading with consultation services to save you time and money. Go to IndyCardExchange.com for more information to see how you can make money off of your collection. It will be Warsaw basketball to start half number 2. This is the second meeting between these two programs. The last time it happened was on the campus of Grace College back in 2017. Warsaw winning that one 43-38. This Fishers program is a far different program now than it was back then. And of course, the Grace campus is one that the Warsaw staff is very familiar with, not just proximity from one campus to the other, but Matt Moore, who is a former college head coach in his own right. His brother Scott is the current head coach of Grace, and they have built a fantastic program at Grace College. Of course, Matt himself played for the Grace Lancers.
Fisher stays with their tight man-to-man defense.
Starting 5 on the floor for both teams. That also includes not Justin Kirby, who came into this game off the bench for Fishers. Bricker, and kind of forced one there. You made a reference at halftime. Nobody forced a shot. There was the first one right there.
You can mark that.
And Bricker just 2 points, just that tip in at the buzzer. His only contribution. A couple of early fouls limited him.
That was a little bit deep, but Bricker is a 48% on the season, so he's capable of knocking it down from outside.
He's earned the right to push the envelope a little bit. And we've seen a mixture of zone and man for Warsaw.
They're back into a 2-3, kind of a matchup zone.
Yep.
It folds from a 3-2 to a 2-3. It's more of a matchup type thing.
Inside out, Zachary steps into one. Couldn't get it to go.
Wide open look. I don't think Warsaw wants to give them that kind of look.
And both teams made 6 threes in the first half. Both teams missing their opener here. Berger on the drive. Ball poked away, but able to recover. Warsaw resets.
Not only does Fisher stay in position between their man and the basket, they are very active with their hands. A lot of deflections.
Baker draws the offensive foul, and you hear the protestations of the Warsaw staff behind us, and Baker would probably turn and say, I got one of those against me in the first half too. So Brant Martin, his second foul. 10th Warsaw turnover.
Here's where I think Fishers can rotate someone at the high post and then go high-low. There seems to be a gap in there, but no one seems to be cutting. They're going perimeter. There's a high.
Here from the Warsaw bench saying match the cutters, chase the cutters. That's part of the matchup zone. McCartney steps into a three and splashes it home. Third field goal, off at least 20 feet away by McCartney. Back to a 2-score lead in favor of the defending state champs. First points since halftime for either team. Berger through Zachary, no. Then went and goes and gets it and missed it. Warsaw's left just a couple of points at the rim. Gardner, right idea, throws it just behind Hall. Last touch by Warsaw.
Fisher's kind of lucky to survive that. Hall tried to make the little pocket pass from, he was only about 4 feet from the recipient. Not very good spacing down low.
McCartney, the extra pass. Hall, great move, just didn't finish. Hall's got 4. Bricker finds some space. Finlayson blocked by Baker, but got some arm on the block attempt. 2 free throws coming up.
Give Finlayson a lot of credit. He went hard to the basket. He was going for the dunk. If he'd have gone soft, he would have had the ball blocked.
And on the replay, you can see that was a pretty good call. And Yente Bryson, the official that made the call, was right in front of us, and we had that same kind of look. Saw that Baker got some arm. Finlayson connects his first free throws. Does not get to the line often, but he's 3 for 3 so far on the year. And make it 4 of 4.
Perfect. 4 of 4 for the season, huh? You know the theory on that, get fouled more.
I was going to say, get to the line more often. And given the take he made, that shouldn't be a problem.
There's that high-low I've been wanting. Didn't work, but had a good opportunity.
Fisher's turnover. Interesting enough, it was Fisher's smallest player that found that seam in the matchup zone. Up and under, got it. That's Martin, he's got 13. And we're tied at 37. Fisher's getting a battle from Warsaw today.
Greg, this is a heck of a battle, and it's a great thing for the Hall of Fame Classic. Got really a nice crowd here, and there's not a better venue than what we're in right now.
Gardner turns down the elbow jump shot. Hall does not turn down the baseline jump shot. Great job by Baker to keep it alive. McCartney is fouled and getting the loose ball. That is on Martin. It'll be his 3rd. So Kirby 3 for Fishers. Martin now 3 for Warsaw. And the Tigers, number 6 in the AP, number 4 in the USA Today poll, number 7 in the single-class coaches poll. Sagarin has them rated 27. That'll skyrocket after this game because Fishers is number 1 in every poll. Baker was open for a minute. Still has enough space. Just missed it. And Baker just as comfortable outside the arc as he is in the paint.
I got to get a message. These Fishers players have been begging for the high-low. They get the high-low and don't make the layup.
Missed it twice. Spin by Martin. Give it to him. Make it 6 in a row for Warsaw. And they lead with 3:48 to go in quarter number 3. Well, this clearly is going to be the closest game that Fishers have been a part of all season long.
That's new territory for them.
Their last loss was to Carmel last year on February the 1st, and Hall traveled. Fishers has won 36 of their last 37 games. Kirby back in. Sigler back in. Lara back in for Warsaw. Sullivan does the same.
Greg, you've seen teams that have won with a wide margin and they get into a tight ball game for the first time on the year and it kind of shakes them up. I don't think you'll see that with Fishers. They're the defending state champs. They've been under pressure before, and I think they'll battle the whole way and not be bothered by the fact that it's a close ball game.
Hold on, Sigler. Bricker, as he was going up for the or Sullivan's going up for the loose ball, was being held by Sigler. And partner, I agree with you 1,000%. Well, the Fishers not have that many close games in the tournament last year, to be fair. They did come from a point down to beat Ben Davis in the championship. Beat Noblesville by a bucket on their floor to win the sectional. Lara's three is short, and this time Sigler had the inside position, and now Bricker picks up three. So Bricker, his third foul. Martin has three as well for Warsaw.
You're right about close games in that Noblesville sectional. Noblesville's best free throw shooter went 0 for 2 with 3 seconds on the clock.
That's sectional this year at Carmel. We'll have that one for you on ISC and My Indy TV coming up the first week of March. So Martin will check back in with 3 fouls. Next stoppage in play. Gardner stepped through, tried to throw the oop, and that play just kind of discombobulated from Fishers. They've made 1 field goal in the first 5 minutes and change of quarter number 3.
Gun coach, gun coach.
And timeout.
Coach might have saved a 5-second count.
Yeah, he was doing the math in his head the way a lot of the fans in the building were as well. A 30-second timeout. Let's thank our friends at Elite Gear for sponsoring our Hall of Fame Classic coverage on ISC. Thank you to Seth Lee. Elite Gear focuses on athletic and corporate apparel, athletic uniforms, athletic hard goods, and athletic facilities, equipment, and supplies. Give Seth an email, seth@elitegearpro.com for more information.
Where'd the scoring go, Greg? Fishers 3 points so far here in the third period, and Warsaw only 6. So good defense is being played. They're just going to have to move the ball a little quicker and maybe cut a little bit differently and find the seams in those defenses.
This kind of has the feel of a postseason game all of a sudden, doesn't it?
It does. And you know what? In the big scheme of things, that a team benefits from that, to being in this situation. You know, everybody wants to win this tournament. Every kid that's ever played it feel like it's one of the highlights of their career. But more important when the tournament time comes.
Step through by Gould. Got it. Carson, second bucket.
Great body control by Gould. Stepping around. Nice pivot.
Make it 8 straight now for Warsaw. Fishers had a 12-point burst in the second quarter. Tough pass. Lara almost got that one.
I don't like those long passes against a hustling defense, and Warsaw is a hustling defense.
Baker short corner knocked away. 11th Fishers turnover. Warsaw's largest lead was 9 at 25-16. On the drive, got it. Martin's got 17. Timeout, Fishers, full timeout. The Warsaw fans stand and applaud. 43-37. Warsaw has a lead, looking to knock off number 1 Fishers. Back to Newcastle in a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
So back to live action. Fishers just takes a full timeout. Warsaw has scored 10 unanswered to go from 4 down to 6 up.
I'm sure Coach Weiniger is designing something to get some points, having scored only 3 points here in the third period.
McCartney, no. And the rebound to Warsaw. In the zone has really bogged down Fishers. They've made 7 threes, but they've made just 1. That's their lone field goal of this quarter. And Fishers averaging 77 points a game. Almost a 5-second violation, and John Anthony Hall. Inbounds coming here for Warsaw.
Coach Weiniger kind of questioning if the official could count to 5. He felt like he was stuck on 4.5.
A couple of plays have been close to 5-second call. Great movement by Warsaw. Zachary again. There's a 5-second call on the dribble. And the Fishers bench has been kind of asking for that. So turnover by the Warsaw Tigers, their 11th. Even though Fishers' offense has been kind of stuck in the mud, they're a basket away from this being a 1-score game. And then they turn over. Wow. Number 12 by Fishers. Finlinson will check back in. Berger will check back in. Sullivan and Lara will check out. Jason Gardner will race in.
Excuse me. Both ball clubs really played super in the first half, and you're seeing a little bit of cracks in the armor on Fishers here, and I'm very surprised at that. They've been so consistent. Of course, we've got a whole nother quarter to go.
Again, this is a situation they have not been in so far this year.
There's something new since the timeout, a 1-2-2 3/4 court press.
Warsaw team that takes fantastic care of the basketball, a very experienced group. Playing nearly all seniors, 4 senior starters. Warsaw trying to hold for a last look. Fishers has a couple of fouls to give if they so choose.
ISO curve.
Bricker, the scoop, no. Still time for Hall.
He was trying for the contact.
Gardner got fouled, wave off the shot, which makes that a phenomenal foul because Warsaw had a foul to give. Now the problem is, that's on Martin, that's his 4th. So your leading scorer today has picked up his 4th foul at the end of the third quarter. But that prevents a shot at the basket. And again, point 4 gives you time to catch and shoot.
We saw that at halftime, point 3, and we thought maybe they got 3.5, but they made the shot, counted the basket. And from the officials' point of view, I think it was a good call.
Gardner has to go up and does not hit it. So, number 1 Fishers trying to keep their unbeaten streak of the season going. They've got to play catch-up. Warsaw leads them by 6, 8 minutes to play. As you're watching the Hall of Fame Classic on the ISC Sports Network.
And gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away and he puts it away.
.34 first half points for Fishers. 1 3-point field goal in the third quarter. Warsaw has scored the last 10. The Tigers in black and orange lead it by 6. They have the basketball. What's the difference here in quarter number 4, Coach?
I think it's the intensity. I've been impressed with Warsaw. They have zoned up, but they're matching out of the zone. It's a matchup zone, and I haven't seen Fishers getting any open looks. So I give all the credit to the Warsaw defense.
Let me flip that. Obviously, Fishers has the ball to start quarter number 4. Trying to find Hall. Last touch by Bricker. But again, you're right. The soft spot in the zone has been the center of the court. But even when Fishers has got it there, they've done nothing with it.
No. The Martin starting on the bench with those 4 fouls, and he's such an important part of this offense for Warsaw. So it's going to be interesting who steps up and takes over.
And then Baker again, driving in the lane, lost the handle. 6th second half turnover by Fishers. Finlayson over McCartney. No. Good block out by Zachary. Now if you're Fishers, you try to beat the zone down the floor. Hall.
Good
got
idea.
It. Offensive
They're going to take it out. Got to wave it off.
So Hall commits the foul, his second.
There's just.
He was set.
Pretty good call. I know on those the guy that's taking the charge goes down pretty easily, but there was contact there. To this point, Warsaw has not been bothered by that 1-2-2 full court trap.
And they're such an experienced team as well. Warsaw, a sectional champ last year, was their first in 6 years. Tigers likely in line for a 7th consecutive winning season at Warsaw. Berger drive and dish. Finlayson 3 in the corner. No.
With Martin on the bench, Finlayson is the man that they go to.
McCartney has the only bucket of the half for Fishers. Gardner drives baseline, got bumped. And Gardner will shoot 2. And if that's on Bricker, that's his 4th. So the scenario for Warsaw is great. They're leading by 6 with 6:17 to play. But fouls are adding up quickly on their top 2 players. So Gardner the line to shoot 2. Gardner 12 of 17 on the season from the line. First Fishers has not made a free throw today. They are 0 for 3. And that stat still rings true. Kirby will check in. McCartney will check out. This is the starting 5 as it's normally constituted for Fishers.
They normally are pretty steady at the line, but they've shown some misses tonight. He gets that one.
So Gardner becomes the first Fishers player in double digits with 10. And Warsaw came in allowing 49 points a game. Defensively, they have pitched a gem in this one.
If you're a Fishers fan, you're thinking
3 seconds on Martin, and Martin, by the way, back in the game with 4 fouls.
They're saying we're not getting any points, but you look at the clock and it's only a 5-point margin.
Right.
You would think if you only scored 3 points in a whole quarter that there'd be a bigger differential in the score.
Deep 3, Zachary, no. Gardner the putback. And there you go. It's a 1-possession game with 5:41 to go. The Fishers fans making some noise. Martin. Berger. Good find. Matt Moore telling his kids, relax. Good basket cut by Finlayson. Got it. He's got 18. Back to a 2-score game with 5:10 to play. Gardner's basket for Fishers, just the 2nd field goal of the half for Fishers. at the elbow hole. Kirby gets downhill. Extra
Nice
pass,
drop.
Baker. And there is the movement and sharing of the basketball that we're accustomed to seeing for Fishers. So now some semblance of rhythm for the defending state champs.
Well, you're seeing a little bit of urgency.
Good look by
Fisher.
Finlinson, just did not go.
Urgency, but you're not seeing any panic by Fishers.
Gardner.
That's a block.
That'll be a blocking foul. They give him the basket. Yes. So give the continuation, if you will, to Gardner. Matt Moore right look at me and goes, that's a bad call, Greg.
It was. We just had to replay on it. The contact occurred a long time before he went into his shooting motion.
We'll take a moment to kind of wipe up some perspiration. We're a Jason Gardner free throw away from this one being a tie game with 4:24 to go. Of course, these two teams both in the northern half of the 4A bracket. As Gardner gets this to go. Gardner, and a timeout called by Warsaw. They kind of felt that was a turnover waiting to happen. It is a full timeout. Let's step aside. 4:18 to play. This game has reset. We're tied at 45. Back to Newcastle in a moment as you're watching on ISC.
Basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
The home of Hoosiers.
Where legends live.
basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
A giant field house.
And basketball courts in every park.
basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
Family.
And friends.
And team.
And fans.
basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
Memories.
And history.
And future.
And hope.
Basketball.
Lives.
Here.
Basketball lives here in Henry County, Indiana.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Many thanks to Jordan Shue, Aaron Van Wolde, our crew behind the scenes. Again, for those of you watching in Central Indiana, a reminder the night games can be seen also on My Indy TV 23 this evening as well. Mike Broughton joins for those. Coverage beginning at 6 o'clock. Jeffersonville and Greenfield Central follow this one. Fishers led 37-33 early third quarter. Warsaw then rattled off 10 consecutive points. We're now tied. Basket cut by Finlinson. Score it. Great set out of the timeout. Finlinson with 20. Really trying to make that zone move. Gardner, the step through.
Nice soft touch.
Fisher's best player stepping to the floor here as the game is getting to the business end of the decision.
That little floater, that's a tough shot to master. Both teams are taking turns of kind of having a drought. In the third period, certainly Fisher's putting up only 3. Here in the fourth period so far, Warsaw's only scored 4 points.
Basket cut by Finlinson. Again, Kirby kind of stepped into him as Finlinson was floating away from the bucket. Kirby picks up his 4th foul and 2 free throws coming up.
That's the 3rd time that Finlinson has been able to take that diagonal cut, and somehow he's getting a step on his defender, getting a very good look at the basket, resulting in a couple of layups.
Finlinson misses.
Mentioned free throw shooting normally in a very close game. That makes a difference. 73% for the Fishers Tigers, and for the Warsaw Tigers, 76%.
Well, any game where some team is going to play a lot of zone, there's not many free throws shot. That's the case. 6 free throws attempted by Warsaw, 6 attempted by Fishers so far in this game. Warsaw 4 of 6, Tigers 3 of 6. Gardner fouled by Sullivan. Sullivan's 2nd foul. Just the 3rd team foul of the quarter. Underneath out of bounds for Fishers. Zachary to Gardner. These two likely a backcourt duo for 4 years. They both played significant roles as freshmen on last year's state championship team. Screen by Baker. Gardner again will take the three, but he prefers the two, but just left that one short. And now if you're Warsaw, you might make Fishers come chase you with 3 minutes to play. Berger on the drive, runner got it. Berger's third field goal of the game. 3-point lead, Warsaw.
Berger was well defended on that by Zachary, but he just used his height.
Zachary for the tie. 30-second timeout taken by Fishers. This 30-second timeout brought to us by the Indy Card Exchange. Now for more than 30 years, the Indy Card Exchange has been your trusted source for buying and selling trading cards of all kinds. They're refining the game of professional grading with consultation services to save you time and money. In fact, you can take your collection in a separate room from the actual showroom at the Indy Card Exchange, which is on 96th Street, not that far from Fishers High School. Go to IndyCardExchange.com for information and see how you can make money off of your collection. Gardner now with his third made three, his first points since halftime. He's got 11. Eighth three of the game made by Fishers.
You expect your ace players to come through in the clutch, and Gardner's doing that. He has 6 points already here in the fourth period. Zachary hit the big three just a second ago. On the other end, Finlayson has really been carrying Warsaw for the last quarter and a half.
And Martin and Bricker each have 4 fouls. You don't worry about that now with 2.5 minutes to play. This is Martin, who's got 17. Has the center on Baker guarding him.
They're pretty good with taking care of the ball, and this is a good time to take care of it. There's no rush. Get a good shot. Every possession is going to be critical.
Fishers has a couple of fouls to give. Kirby plays with 4 for Fishers. 30 seconds off the clock on this possession. Again, Warsaw may hold this one for a minute.
You want to keep a close eye on Finlayson. He's been scoring.
Berger on the move, the drive and kick. Finlayson in the corner. No, and Kirby the rebound. Well, you called the right name, just didn't get the shot. And now Fishers can take the lead. I don't think they're holding for one. They'll take the best look they can. That look is Gardner. No, it's Kirby. 3 for the lead.
Got it.
Buried it. You saw it going in.
Kirby's 54% on the year. Good choice.
Give Kirby now his second made 3. He's got 10 points. Timeout called by Warsaw. They'll take a full timeout. Let's step aside. 61 ticks the clock left to go. This hasn't looked like any other Fishers game this year, but they're leading with a minute left to play. Back after this on ISC.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at IndianaWorkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to IndianaWorkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
One of 3 sites in which we at ISC will produce 16 games today. North Central, the Paul Logan Classic, the Phil Cox Classic in Kokomo. Kokomo will play for that championship tonight. They just beat Maryville 61, or leading Maryville, I should say, 61-40. So that game not done yet. This game not done either, and certainly far from decided. Is it a 3 this time if you're Warsaw, or simply take the best look you can get here?
I think with this much time, you take the best you can get. Fishers has fouls to give, by the way. They've got 2 of them to give. So
great point.
They can be really aggressive.
Gould, good find. Martin, Kirby blocked the shot and got the rebound.
Baker, Johnny on the spot.
Okay.
Now, I would think they would be very careful and get layups and free throws.
I think it's keep away right now. Gould gives the foul. They had 1 to give. Gould gives that one. Now, for Warsaw, you can't have Bricker or Martin foul. They have 4, and Lara's going to come in, or Lara's going to come in. And he will come in to replace Bricker just to make sure he doesn't pick up his 5th.
And everybody in the white uniform are very good free throw shooters. Gardner's the lowest at 73. So pick your poison if you're going to foul somebody, because everybody hits free throws.
And they just pulled Kirby out of the game. Here comes the trap by Warsaw. Zachary got tied up, and the arrow goes the other way. Yep, that's a turnover. Great hands by Warsaw. 15th Fishers turnover. And now they'll have a chance to reset here with 31 seconds to play.
Mine Fishers, I belly up. If you get a foul, okay, you can do that twice.
Yep, you got 2 to give.
You get a little bit of that 31.2 time off the clock.
Sullivan will check back in. Berger will have a seat.
It's obvious you do not want to foul a three-point shooter. That's the only way they can tie it with 1 possession. I still think Finlayson is the one that needs to have the ball down inside.
And Warsaw will go ahead and burn their final timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here with 17 seconds of play. And again, when the clock doesn't stop in high school rules, you almost wonder, do you want to have that one last, kind of timeout in your pocket? Matt didn't like what he was seeing in terms of the half-court set for Warsaw, so he took it here. So now without a timeout remaining, you think it has to be a 3 now for Warsaw. Yeah. Coach, what are you drawing up?
I think I would agree. I think that was a good timeout because they weren't getting any looks, and they were trying very desperately to get one. If I'm drawing up somebody, I'm going to go with a good three-point shooter. You've got some choices. You can. Bricker is a 48% shooter. You've got Finlayson. He's been playing well. He can shoot the ball. Berger hasn't shot many, but he's hit half of them, 50%. So I think you set a double screen away from the ball, and you put the shooter as a screener first, and it come back to him. Usually the defense is going to deny that first pass.
On the flip side, Dave, knowing Fishers has 2 fouls in the bag, when do you start giving those fouls if you're Fishers?
Quickly. You absolutely make sure they're not in the act of shooting, but make it tough to get the ball in. If you get a foul call, it's no big loss, but try to make them throw it in the backcourt.
And Kirby's got 4. You don't want to see him foul if you're Fishers. Gould the inbounds. Trying to flare for Bricker.
You got to belly up.
Martin will drive. They'll take the 2, but Kirby gets his 5th foul. Got some ball, but got enough body. So Kirby fouls out with 8 seconds left to go. And now Martin, who is 1 of 2 from the line, 77% from the season, will shoot 2. And again, with 8 seconds left, you want him to make both here if you're Warsaw?
With 8 seconds left, I make them both.
Okay.
Yeah. Missing that second one is a high percentage of not working. They've got 4 rebounders up there. You've only got 2. So the team that's along the free throw lane that's going to be on defense has got the better opportunity. I'm not sure that I understand that was close to a block, but I'm not sure it was a good foul. With 8 seconds actually, you could stay out of bounds 3 or 4 seconds and then take a timeout.
Connects does Martin. He's got 18. Again, Finlayson and Martin have combined for 39 of the Warsaw 51. Misses. Baker the rebound.
They'll go to fouling.
Baker
Yeah.
did a great job of just hanging on for dear life because it took 2.7 seconds from the missed free throw until the whistle blows for the foul.
They were trying to foul him.
Yes, they were.
I thought they fouled him about 3 times. They finally decided we better call one.
So Baker on the season, 7 of 11 from the free throw line. If these two teams meet again, it would not be in a state championship, both in the northern half of the bracket, but it wouldn't be until the semi-state round. Warsaw is in sectional 4. Fishers is in sectional 8.
We thought coming in it'd be a strong matchup.
Yep.
And it's been a great matchup. Both teams, they'll go away. If whichever team loses will feel badly, but the team that loses is not going to feel badly about the effort they gave.
Well, Fishers has a foul to give. If Baker hits it, you just play the Matador defense and get out of the way. Because again, Warsaw is out of timeouts. Can't stop the clock.
If they don't, I might foul at the 10-second line, Greg.
Baker leaves some drama.
I put a foul on him.
They'll get a shot away. Finlayson.
Oh! They got the guy they wanted, I'm sure, taking that shot. He's an excellent shooter, had a great ball game.
A smile on Matt Moore's face. They got the look they wanted. It was halfway down, spins out. Warsaw gave a heck of an effort, but Fishers remains unbeaten. The Tigers from Hamilton County have won 37 of their last 38, and they will advance on to the championship game of the Henry Community Health Hall of Fame Classic. Again, Warsaw probably not happy about a moral victory, but they now know they can hang with the best team in the state.
Well, for Fishers, that might be a positive in the long run. They need to be tested a few times in the regular season, and they were tested this afternoon.
No doubt about that. Today's game brought to us by the Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know. By Galitko and Daly, work injury lawyers. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com and IndyMalpractice.com. By the Indy Card Exchange, look on IndyCardExchange.com to see how you can make money off of your collection. And by Visit Henry County. Take your shot in Henry County, Indiana. Visit HoopsInHenry.com for trip planning ideas. Again, these two teams meeting at center court for a moment of reflection, a moment of prayer at the conclusion of this game. Again, that is a big part of the Moore family's life, and there is the obvious common bond between these two programs given Matt's lineage and history at each of these two schools. That'll do it for game number 1. We hope that game number 2 can match it. We think it might. Jeffersonville and Greenfield Central. Braylon Mullins, the Mr. Basketball favorite. Jeffersonville may have 3 Indiana All-Stars on their team. They're that good this year. That game comes your way in 20 minutes. We'll take a momentary break until then. For Dave Nicholson, our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Goodbye for now from Newcastle on ISC.